Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike,
I'm Jay.
and another goddamn Halloween update.
Happy fucking Fridays, Murray. You get what you
Feels so
fucking
good.
deserve.
So I just found this channel, Pop Culture with Pat. It's a channel on YouTube. We were already subscribed to it. That's how I saw it. Did a well done interview with the man himself, James Jude Courtney, Michael Myers.
Very nice, Mike.
Yes.
You will not know goddamn movie, but you are no Michael Myers. You pretend you are Michael Myers, but we both know that you're not the same. Okay? Get off your high horse. Get a job. Go be a mailman. Idiot.
Uh, but this dude on Pat, Pop Culture with Pat, did a 30-minute interview with James Jude Courtney. We're going to put the link down anywhere that this podcast or this video is at to go there because we're just going to cover a couple things at an interview. I listened to it and took some bits out of it that I thought were pretty interesting that we thought you guys would find interesting. But make sure you go and you support this channel, subscribe to it. I'll put the link down below. Listen to the interview yourself because the guy did a really great job interviewing, and it was super cool, James Jude Courtney, to be on the show. So make sure you give them
Pop
all sorts
Culture
of
Pat.
support. Yeah,
Remember,
man.
write it down and get to it. Subscribe to that fucker because Pat means hats for everybody. I don't know if he does that or not. He might. I don't know.
Maybe even cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And bats.
Yeah.
Drats.
But in talking about Halloween Kills and Halloween 2018, one of the things I found interesting that he said was, you remember when they announced that Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends was going to happen, right? And everybody's like, okay, you guys announced almost everything, but you didn't say James Jude Courtney. And we all assumed it's going to be James Jude Courtney because of how well he did in Halloween 2018, but you didn't announce it. And for the longest time, nobody knew until I think it was Nick Castle that tweeted, okay, it's official, Big Game James is back. But apparently to hear him say it, they knew all along. And not just that, but we can go ahead and put this baby to bed right now, as if there was any question whatsoever whether or not he was going to be in Halloween Ends. He signed through all the movies. He said, in his words, it says, I signed the contracts for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, so we are good to go.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. That's great, though. That's actually really good fucking news. I mean, again, James Jude Courtney did such an amazing job with the role of Michael Myers in the 2018 Halloween. I really didn't see how they would not bring him back. But Hollywood being like Hollywood is, it's usually just a fucking PMSing girl. You never know. They might just change their mind. Be like, no, we need to get someone like a lot more smaller and more thin. Let's contact Elijah Wood since he's doing nothing.
It's how they've switched Myers in the middle of films before. You know what I mean? Like literally, Halloween 6 has 2 different Michael Myers in it.
Well, that's good. I think a lot of people would have been extremely disappointed if he hadn't come back to be Michael Myers. Like he just did such a phenomenal job with it. Not to mention the fact that he studied Nick Castle's movement to get it down just right. Like he really took that role seriously, and like post interviews after 18, he seems like a really nice guy and passionate about the role and really happy to be where he is.
Yeah, man, it's a fascinating interview to listen to him talk about all that too, because he also does say at one point, he's like there was only like 2 people out of the entire crew from the first movie that did not come back to do Halloween Kills. He's like, so you're getting the exact same team, and everybody was really on board with doing this new movie, and they wanted to come back because they knew what we were going for. Pat also asked him about the end of Halloween 2018. Now, we all know the test screenings, the reshoots of the ending. He actually talks about that a little bit, where he says, he talks about the actual fire scene where Michael's looking up and that awesome shot that movie has.
Yeah.
He says that was part of the reshoots, the reshooting of the ending, because the ending we had shot, which I thought was beautiful. I really had some special moments with Andy and Jamie both, is what he said about that ending. So you remember the test crowd ending that spoiled some of that, and everybody's wondering whether or not we're going to get that ending. Apparently there was some special stuff to it, even though a lot of people shit on the idea of it.
I would have liked, I mean, the original ending with Laurie dying and having this moment where, you know, the boogeyman or Dracula and Van Helsing finally have their moment, and then they kind of strike each other down. I think that would have been an amazing send-off to Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and then having you know, it was Andy.
Yeah, Andy Manichek.
And Andy Manichek, yeah, and having her like take over and then continue the story. I didn't hate the ending necessarily for Halloween 2018. I just think it could have been better. Like the screener that they use, I think it would have been I don't know, man. Like it's really hard to say. Since not having seen it, like I don't know except for speculation. But if him saying and confirming that it was a really special moment between him and Jamie Lee Curtis and Andy Matichak, I would have loved to have seen it now. And
Yeah,
it's always weird, like with those kind of movies too, though. It's like should the director's vision be kept intact despite what those little pansy waste motherfuckers say at a screener? If they're like, I don't like it, that's just too much. What are you doing, you idiot? You
yeah.
idiot.
But to
And
be
they're like,
fair,
hey, what's your credentials? Like, what other movies have you seen? It's like, well, I saw Care Bears in 1985, and I loved Fried Green Tomatoes, and I
I
just thought
know.
this would be like a little Halloween movie.
I know, but to be fair, I mean, what if that ending had killed Michael Myers and the whole test screening was like, "Oh, we don't, no, you can't kill Michael Myers," and they're like, "Okay, we won't kill Michael Myers." They could have
Well,
said
yeah.
test audience could have saved the whole fucking franchise,
If that was
man.
the case, but I don't think they would have killed Michael Myers. I really don't think that would have happened at all because
Yeah,
I think they were already planning on making Halloween Kills and Ends. I think they just wanted to go a different direction with it, and then they were like, well, the test screening didn't like, or the test audience didn't like the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis was killed in it, so we're gonna have to keep her in it, which is fine. Whatever, we're gonna have to go forward now with this shark. But at the same time, if they had said, well, let's just kill Jamie Lee Curtis off as Laurie Strode and then move forward with Michael Myers in a different route, I don't really see the problem with that. They wouldn't have killed Michael Myers. Like I don't think
I
Michael
know.
Myers in the original Vision
I
was
was
fucking
just
gonna
gonna as an
die.
example of how test
Well, they
audience
can if
sometimes
that was
can be right.
yeah, well, if that was the case, then they can put a nuke up their buttholes if they were gonna kill Mike. I was like, you
Yeah,
fucking morons! What are you doing? Are you stupid?
Akkad would never allow it. As we all know, he has an unwritten rule that no one kills Michael Myers, which is
You know
fantastic.
what? Some heroes don't wear capes. That's right.
But he did talk about that scene. It's fascinating to listen to him talk about it in his own words. So, like I said, go subscribe and watch the video. But he talked about that scene at the end of 2018. He said that they had to bring on when they did the reshoots, they had to bring on a different stunt coordinator because the
Hmm.
other one wasn't available. And he said he didn't want James Jude Courtney to be the one in the fire because he wasn't used to working at him. But James Jude Courtney was apparently like, no, I'm doing that. And then Christopher Nelson apparently came out and said that mask that we're using is specific for his face for that scene. And if you put somebody else in it, it's not going to look right. So they both fought against everybody who didn't want him going in that scene because apparently it was intense as fuck. Like they literally exploded that shit around him. And he said that he had like a very, very small window where it could have been really, really dangerous if he freaked out or anything went wrong. And if you go back and you look at that scene, man, it is great. There's fire literally just draping him, and he's just
Yeah,
standing like a fucking badass seagull coming out of a fucking tornado.
yeah. It's like a tiger on fire on the back of a jacket, a doo-wop
Yeah.
jacket. It means shut the fuck up
Fuck
and
up and
dance.
dance.
That's what that means. But
Yeah.
yeah, so what James Jude Courtney basically was doing is he slapped on his flak jacket looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando and was like, let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's do this, man. Let's remake. Like, I don't care if I'm going to stand in fire. Like Billy Joel did it and like we didn't start the fire music video. Let's
take
go.
me to your best friend's house.
But yeah,
I mean,
that's cool. Yeah, well, that's cool though, man. Like again, it just shows the dedication. He's like, I let me fucking do this. Like it's not a big deal. Like I mean, what's his name in Halloween 5 did his stunts too.
yeah, Don Shanks.
Yeah, so if Don Shanks can do it, I can do it. He's
Don
not the only
Tank
one shanking
Shanks.
people. I'll shank the shit out of people.
He also was the one. That was a real tear, by the way. That was not stunt acting. He actually cried in that attic.
Probably because he
Which
burned
yeah.
himself.
um, but going on to talk about Halloween Kills, obviously he's not allowed to give out anything in the movie, and we don't really want him to. But he did mention a couple times he is the latest in a long list of people to talk about how fucking nut crazy fuckery that Halloween Kills is going to be. He said in his own words, he said, "Trust me, Halloween Kills was much more brutal than Halloween 2018." Going even further, at one point, he said the ante has to be upped. The ticking time bomb has to be more intense. So Mike, referring to Anthony Michael Hall, who also said the same thing, is absolutely right. We pumped up the volume on this one. And later
Pump
on,
up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
feel it, feel it.
That's just what they put in the movie.
He did go on to say the last thing he said about how brutal it was and all that. He said, I wouldn't exactly say that it's 2018 on steroids. I would say it's 2018 on speed. So that ties into what we've been hearing out of the test screenings about the high fucking body count, how intense, how brutal this movie is going to be. I mean, it's 1000% confirmed at this point. Halloween Kills is the tits.
So it's not going to be Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk. It's not going to be Bruce Banner turning into the Hulk Halloween Kills. It's more like Scarface snorting a big pile of coke and then shooting the shit out of people. That's all right. I don't mind that. Like if it's going to be a more like amped up kind of sequel, like that's exactly what I want. And from what we've heard, and you know, the test screeners and all that, and saying that how wild and crazy kids it is. That's awesome, man. Like that's exactly what you want to do. Like you want to take the momentum that they gave you in 2018 and not, instead of having it
Fuck the
decline
shit
down.
out of it. I mean,
Yeah, fuck the hell out of that fucking thing. Put your dick right in its ear and say, "Let's go, Sally." But you want to ratchet it up so that you get, you know, you're going, because right now you're going to the top part of the roller coaster. You're gonna ratchet it up to get up to that top part, and then fucking send them down to the chutes.
you imagine that they're all in like they're in the Universal Studios, and David Gordon Green has to talk Universal into the story, and they're like, "So David, tell us." There's all these guys in suits. How are you gonna up the ante in your new sequel? And he has to walk up there with the PowerPoint, and all he does is he picks up a Blu-ray copy, a 4K copy even of Halloween 2018, and he just starts humping. He goes, "I'm gonna fuck the shit out of it."
Yeah.
Throws it down, lights a model of a car on fire, and then walks out of the room.
Because the new guys in the back going, "Ooh, oh my god!"
That guy's playing Galaga.
All because you didn't want to switch your fucking brake pads. But that's great news, man. And like I said, well, James Hugh Courtney's awesome, and I'm really happy that he's back, and like everything seems like to be moving forward in a great way. And I think everybody's gonna be pleased. I think they're gonna bring in new fans, and I think they're gonna please the old fans. So I think everything is nice. See, Disney could fucking take a goddamn page out of their book and be like, "Hey, you don't have to be an asshole. You know, you can please both. You can have new fans and old fans. You don't have to be sucking the dick of all those new fans for no reason and then writing off all the people that made your series. You stupid cockfucks."
I cannot get the image now of David Gordon Green dry humping, because in my mind he's even got one of those vests he wears, and he's just dry humping the shit out of a copy of Halloween 2018 in front of a group of executives.
Well, at the same time, using the PowerPoint presentation pin to turn on, he's like, and the jaws popping out of the water in Universal Studios goes, "This and that plus equals Halloween Kills."
Boris from Goldeneye's in the corner, flipping his pin up and down. He's like, "Invincible."
You know what he's doing? I bet he's probably humping the box, and then he says someone to bring him a mirror so he can watch himself fuck it like in American Psycho.
So anyway, there's actually a couple more things. I don't know what the fuck kind of tangent we just went on there.
But
that's the beauty. He found Captain Winky.
Yes, he did, and that's why he's dead, Roger Predactor.
But he said that James McCorney at one point in the interview said that at one point in shooting this, that both of his ribs were just a huge bruise. He said he had a messed up meniscus. He said his hamstring was like this close. If you can see my hands, it's very tiny, very close to going, just fucking up the whole thing for him. And he even had a rotator cuffs issue in his shoulder, because apparently they were just doing bunches of shit in this movie. I cannot wait to see it. But
yeah, that's awesome, man. Like again, it just shows the dedication.
Yeah, and he said that he pretty much confirmed the test screening in another way, because he says, as I understand, the first test screening went through the roof on the film. He said he wasn't allowed to really say anything else, because he said, I have a 33-inch waist, and my NDA is about that thick, so there's so much I can't say, which is good. I'm glad that nobody's going to spoil anything or be able to, but dude, I don't know, man. This interview just confirms so many of the important things we were hearing out of the test screening. I'm just jacked to the tits right now. Mm-hmm. And one more thing it confirmed, I heard, and this is not going into spoiler territory at all, but just the last little thing, I heard that Kylie Richards will shock the shit out of people in this, because everybody knows
she shows her boobies. Oh man,
I don't think that would have shocked anybody. By the way,
not.
By the way, there was no nudity in Halloween 2018.
That's true.
I think. Yeah, if I'm pretty sure there wasn't.
Yeah, there was. I don't think there was.
No, there wasn't.
You always remember titties, because we did that Man versus movie on the wrong turn. You remember the titty count. Yeah. Always now.
In this one, we're gonna see Cameron's gooch.
Oh,
that's what's gonna
yes!
A
what I've always wanted.
Slow pan out of Cameron's of his gooch, and then it's curly.
It's just gonna be like one bead of sweat coming down and dripping.
Yeah, and then he's gonna rub it in that banana pudding that he threw her phone in.
I'm actually getting sick now.
I know. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's nasty.
But he was talking about Kylie Richards. I heard that she had an amazing scene in the movie as well, and that she's going to be very surprising. And people that, because a lot of people think she's Desperate Housewife, whatever, she's going to suck. That's a terrible job. They should have got blah blah blah. But he
Yeah.
says of her, he says she's a hellfire cat. She and I had to mix it up, and she went for broke. She's not a woman to be messed with. So he's saying her praises as well. And again, something I heard from people who saw the test screening was the smallest of characters in this that you don't think are going to shine have surprisingly emotional and pivotal arcs in the movie. It sounds like little by little, all these awesome things we're hearing are coming from the cast and the people who've seen the movie. So, all good
Yeah,
things.
well,
Good
yeah,
things.
like I said, again, there's not much to fucking say more than this, except that it's gonna rock the shit out of the fucking theater. Like everybody's gonna love it, and it's just confirming more and more that James Hugh Courtney's on board with it. He loves it, and he's talking praise for everybody in the cast and everybody that did a great job on it. And that's amazing. And of course, you could say, well, they're paid actors, and they're going to say, the movie that they're in, they're promoting it. But at the same time, the test audience is walking out and saying what they said, and then there's also a lot of other rumors floating around that it's going to be amazing and that everybody's going to love it. I think that's great. The thing is, of course, there's going to be detractors. There's always going to be some. There has to be the one guy that's going to be like, I just thought it sucked. I'm sorry. I just think that you're all stupid and you don't understand that in reality, the greatest Halloween film they ever did was was the one with Busta Rhymes. I don't even that fucking name has been stricken. Resurrection. Resurrection is like the best ever, and you guys are just idiots that are following the pony trail. Like, yeah, well, you probably haven't been laid since 19 ever. So I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's always going to be one like but I think that honestly, the fact that James G. Courtney has performed his own stunts, that he's willing to, go the extra mile and he's really excited and he's been dedicated this far. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I mean, I was always going to look forward to it either way, but
Yeah.
this pumps you up to another level. Like
I
you start
think
feeling like Mark Wahlberg when he was in that weightlifter movie.
feel it, feel it. Yeah, I think for us, our theme song for the whole thing has always been positivity, and it's always been I'm so excited, I just can't hide it.
Hmm.
And if you're someone who hated 2018, I think that your song should be I Still Believe from the Lost Boys, the saxophone man. I still believe. That's your song because you still believe. Even if you didn't like the first movie, it's sounding like everyone should love the shit out of this one.
I think the people that hated Halloween 2018, really their fucking theme song should be Everybody Hurts.
I know what there is to know about the crying game.
Yeah, or whatever.
Crying game.
Or I don't know if there's a song for Pussy Whining Bitch. They should be their song too.
Oh, that's hateful. That's okay if they didn't like
I
the movie, Jay. Jesus
well, I
Christ.
mean, I don't
So
give a shit.
angry.
No, it's not angry. It's just being honest. Like, take your whiny ass somewhere else. Because if they have good reasons for hating it, then that's understandable. But if they don't, it's just like everybody else likes something, so I hate it. Mm, no.
Well, there's going to be those, yeah. But I think there's some
That's
people.
why I'm not talking about the people that legitimately had issues with it, which is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, you can pick something that you didn't like. I get that. I thought The Last Jedi fucking blew big donkey balls, and some people liked it. That's fine. And I have reasons why that movie fucking sucked balls, though, or for in my opinion it did. But if I just were like, oh, everybody loves it, and I'm just gonna say I hate it just for the simple reason to take the opposite and be a troll, then you're a dumbass. Like your dick is small and you have bad breath.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about that. I mean, there's tons of people who are fans of the channel who are like really excited to see it, and then we're disappointed by it. Those people I understand.
No, yeah, like I don't. I'm not
I
talking
know
about. Like I said, it goes back to if you have legitimate gripes, and like I get that, but I mean at the same time, those people that fucking like literally will go off on a tangent and write an article or whatever, and come up with the most ridiculous things they didn't like about it that really don't make any sense at all. It's just like, dude, you're doing this because it's popular and you fucking hate it that it's popular, and now you're like, it was mine before it was anybody else's.
Yeah, there's
Like,
those
and now
too.
you're like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. But
Whatever. False news.
I still believe. That's what I'm
Acquit
trying
it.
to say.
Acquit it.
So everybody, please go and subscribe to Pat. Subscribe to Pop
Pop
Culture with
culture,
Pat.
Pat. Mhm.
Pop Culture with Pat.
Oh, with Pat.
Yeah, yeah, and
He's not a pop culture icon yet, but he will bring you the pop culture in your face.
all over it.
If you ask permission, that's fine. If you don't, it's still gonna happen. So you might as well buckle down.
Take it, Brenda. But yeah, that link will be down below, and that way you guys can listen to this full 30-minute interview, 30-plus minute interview. James Jude Courtney has some amazing things to say that we didn't cover. We don't want to steal this guy's thunder and this interview's thunder. We just wanted to talk to you about some Halloween shit that we heard.
It's some cool shit, man. And congratulations to Pat, by the way, of getting that great interview. That was awesome.
Fuck yeah, man. All right, we love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you. Because I still believe.
Stop it, Tim Capello. We're not doing it anymore.
I'm going to go rub myself in baby oil and perform at a carnival.
Oh, God. Is that your bachelor party all over again?
Do you have any picnic table covers that I could borrow?
Not for you, you sick buck.
Hey, I'm never coming back to school, never.
What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you going to do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
God damn you, Michael!
I said, God damn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, God damn.
God damn you, Michael! What are you gonna do on October 31st?